Can you talk to your experience with those guys?
Sure, glad to. You want me to be honest, or you want me to
whatever you
stress
got
the truth a little bit? You know, first of all, when we started this whole project, even before we, you know, got into the grant phase of getting funded and putting out the bid for general contractor, architect, and whatnot, Jaynes Construction really stepped up and helped us out, and there was no real skin in the game for them to do that. That's just who they are, and they came in and said, we'll help you put some real numbers to your vision so that we knew exactly how much money to ask for. The last thing we wanted to do was, you know, tell our community we were going to do one thing, and then at the end of the day, we didn't have enough money to actually do that. So, you know, heartfelt appreciation for Jaynes Construction, and it was Jeremiah and Neil and Josh, and we met in my office when I was over in the other area, and they said, yeah, we'll give you a good ballpark. And it wasn't just a good ballpark, it was spot on, without getting into the details of you know, this piece and that piece and that piece. And that was instrumental for us. Throughout the project, Jaynes very quickly became part of our little Bluejay family. They're one of us and always will be. They come to our football games, they come to our basketball games. They don't live in MANCOS, but they're active in MANCOS because they're part of us. And you know, we started as colleagues, we ended as friends and family, and that's what it was about. That was our experience with Jaynes.
And building stuff here on your campus.
You know, on a less than serious note, what stands out is the amount of vittles that Neil and Dave and Josh can eat. I mean, those boys can eat. On a serious note, you know, it all stood out, but you know, there wasn't a specific event that happened, or there wasn't a specific situation that we had to work through that stands out. I think what stands out to me is honestly speaking, you would have thought that the guys that Jaynes had on campus, that it was actually their campus, not ours. That's the kind of, and this is going to sound corny, but that's the kind of love they put into it, honestly. That's what stood out to me. They just weren't doing a job. They took that job to heart. And my assumption, well, I know that's not correct. I know that for a fact, because I've talked to other folks that have used Jaynes Construction on their project, and they say, that's just who they are. That's what stood out to me. The care and the quality that you guys wanted were, in some cases, higher than what we were expecting.
Yeah.
So that's a testament to who the group is of people that were here with us. It was heartwarming to see kids, whether they were elementary kids, middle school kids, or high school kids, call you guys by your first name.
Yeah.
Hi, Josh. There's Josh. They'd be waving. Little guys walking down the street. Hi, Neil.
Yeah.
I mean, that just means to me that you guys took the time to interact with our kids, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, we had a blast. I know that. That's for sure.
You know, that's a really good question. And my answer is going to be, you know, in the state of Colorado, there's 178 school districts. So there's 178 superintendents. We're all close. We all know each other. We all interact with each other. We all get advice from each other, okay? So at meetings, hey, congratulations, MANCOS, you got funded with your BAS grant, your bond got passed. You know, hold on, because it's going to be rough. That was the statement. Nothing's going to go right. Everything's going to be behind schedule. You're going to have to cut stuff that you don't want to cut. It's just going to be a nightmare. That was the statement. in my words, not theirs.
Right.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen. It was smooth from the first minute they stepped on campus until they stepped off campus. It was smooth. There were no surprises. Well, there were a few, but they were minor, to be expected in a $25 million project that was built on a campus that started in 1909. There was a lot of stuff that we didn't know existed until shovel went in the ground. That's to be expected. It was on time. The schedule was on time. They worked with us. I don't even know what word I'm trying to find, to accommodate our needs, because we were still in session and had kids. It came in at budget, and I'm going to say it came in under budget because we were able to add things that we had originally pulled back, we were able to do. And so when I would go to meetings and they'd say, how's the construction going? Oh, it's great. No hiccups. Contractors are doing okay? Yeah, it's great. Who'd you use? Jaynes. Would you recommend them? Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't lose sleep. Honestly, I didn't lose sleep. I wasn't worried. I had nothing stressed me out about the project. It just was like a well-oiled machine, and with friends. What more can you want? Seriously. What more could you want?
Yeah, that's great.
I think the only thing that I would add is that at the beginning of the project, and this was actually the architect that did this, and you'll remember what I'm saying when I say it. The architect brought all of their groups that they put together, whether it was, I don't know what they are, surveying and engineers and all of those, and Jaynes was at the table. And it was Dennis Humphreys, and he says, okay, district, what are your goals? What do you want to see accomplished when this is done? So we had 4 or 5 that we listed. All throughout the project, Josh, Neil, Dave, Jeremiah, when we would have our weekly meetings, and it wasn't every week, but it was monthly for sure, they would reference those goals. Are we meeting these goals? Are we still on track? Are we still... That to me was professionalism at its highest level. To take something that a lot of people would say is kind of meaningless, that little goal-setting meeting, we're going to go through it and jump through the hoops because the architect wanted to do it. But once the meeting's over, we're not going to mention that stuff again. They mentioned it constantly. That was cool to see. Very cool.
Well, Mr. Hanson, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Oh, pleasure, my friend.
Okay.
All right.